Welcome to Slight Reliability, the show where we learn SRE and observability 1 week at a time. I'm Stephen Townsend. Hello and welcome back to Slight Reliability. I'm Stephen Townsend and this is the show where we learn about SRE and observability 1 week at a time. I've just been on leave. I took 10 days or so off, went away for a couple of days to an Airbnb near Muriwai, which is a beautiful beach near Auckland here in New Zealand, where I stayed with some friends. We played some tabletop RPG games. We played a card game called Bonanza, which is a lot of fun. And then I drove down to the Taranaki region of New Zealand, to the city of New Plymouth, to catch up with a friend from drama school. We played this board game called Kingdom Death Monster. It is this cooperative game where you try and survive as long as possible in this hellish landscape. And it was a lot of fun. And of course, we all got slaughtered in the end. And I rediscovered GarageBand on my Mac. I haven't made music in GarageBand for about 15 years, but I've rediscovered it, and you never know, maybe I'll be making my own music for the podcast in the future. Fairly regularly, I browse social media, which for me is LinkedIn, Twitter, and Mastodon, for work-related purposes. I'm looking for discussions about SRE or observability, or even DevOps and other concepts that might be interesting, or where I might learn something. If I see another post on social media titled SRE versus platform engineering, or SRE versus DevOps, or a combination of all three, I'm not going to do anything aggressive. I'm just going to frown and scroll past as quickly as possible. Humans love to put things in boxes. I get it. But I think when we ask what the difference is between SRE and DevOps and platform engineering is and get fixated on that, then we're asking the wrong questions. And there's this even more insidious thing going on, this idea that these three concepts are somehow in competition with each other. Perhaps if you're an SRE out in the world and you hear about platform engineering, you might worry that, hey, I need to know about this. Maybe I need to move into a platform engineering role so I can keep up with trends with the industry. So before we start panicking, let's take a step back and define each of these terms. And in my typical fashion, I'm going to try and distill each concept down to its essence. So please take what I say with a grain of salt. SRE is, as I define it, the art of designing, building, and operating reliable services at scale. And it's also about improving operational work to make it more efficient and effective. DevOps is about breaking down siloed teams, classically development, operations, and security, and implementing practices which enable us to deliver value sooner, safer, and happier. I will point out that DevOps is an amorphous concept that I struggle to this day to lock down, but I'm putting my best foot forward here. And platform engineering, as far as I can tell, is the discipline of creating self-service platforms which enable developers to deploy and operate their own services. At this point, I'd like to point out that I guarantee you that almost every single person listening to this episode is going to disagree with one or more of my definitions that I just gave. And that's part of the problem. I've said in the past that SRE is different things to different people and different organizations. DevOps is no different, probably even more amorphous. And platform engineering, when you think about it, is just taking the platform team topology from the book Team Topologies, which is fantastic and an absolute must-read, and applying that team topology, platform team, to the context of SRE and DevOps. I don't think that clarifying the differences and similarities between SRE, DevOps, and platform engineering is providing very much value at all. I think we're asking the wrong question. It shouldn't be about classifying the work we're doing. It should be about providing great outcomes. Are you doing work which makes the lives of other engineers better? Are you helping to generate value to customers faster? Are you improving the reliability of processes or services? Are you helping to deliver quality products? If so, then in my mind, you're doing great work. Keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you call it. The title you hold doesn't matter, in my opinion. The way you go about achieving great outcomes also doesn't matter. In fact, the more we try to categorize ourselves or follow rigid processes or fit a particular template, the less we are able to adapt to the unique needs of our team and our organization, which I think, at the end of the day, is the key to success in the digital age. So that's my hot take for the week. It doesn't matter if your title is SRE or DevOps engineer or platform engineer or specialist 3 engineering, which was my previous role. Focus on outcomes. Except when you're writing a CV. Then it's time to bring out the buzzwords, but that's a topic for another day. That's all from another episode of Slight Reliability. This super short and sweet this week, I know, but I'll be back next week with another fantastic interview, so I'm excited about that one. I won't give any more away. But in the meantime, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you all then.